Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel, Poverty Hill Adventures. This is going to be another odds and ends video, or as I like to call them, oddments. This one will be oddments number 94. In a previous odds and ends oddments video, we talked about birch trees, and I've neglected to mention that chaga, which you see here growing on a birch tree, only grows on birch trees. This beneficial plant, chaga, only grows on birch trees. Have you ever wondered just how old a tree is? Just how many years has that tree been alive? Well, if the tree's cut down, you could cut the growth rings, or count the growth rings. 1 equals 1 year of the tree's life. But what if the tree's still alive? How do you determine its age? Well, there's a cool formula for doing it. I may have talked about it in a previous video, but if you haven't heard of this formula, I'm going to repeat myself. You're going to measure the tree about 4 foot up from the ground. Take a string or a rope, wrap it around the tree, and then measure that distance in inches. Then you're going to divide that number, the number of inches around the tree at 4 foot, by 3.14. So you're going to take the distance around that tree, divide it by 3.14. Then you're going to come up with whatever number in inches. Then you're going to multiply that number by a growth factor. The growth factor, you can find charts on the internet, very easy to find. And different trees, of course, grow at different rates. A hardwood tree like this maple grows a little slower than, say, something like a cottonwood or a poplar or something like that. So you're going to take that distance around, divide it by 3.14, then you're going to multiply it by whatever the growth factor is. And that's going to give you a pretty darn close indication to just how old the tree is. Of course, there's other factors like growing season, soil conditions, weather, but it's going to get you real close. It's a fun project to do with kids, and you know, after a while you start getting pretty good at estimating just how old some of your friends in the forest, the trees, are. On the bottom of many Coleman lanterns is a number that corresponds with the year in which that lantern was made. Although I enjoy the fall, there is one thing about the fall that I do not enjoy, and that is the short daylight that we have this time of year. Our daylight is very limited, and thus we have some very long evenings, nights, you know. And I've been trying to stay busy in the evening, and one of the things that I've been doing is continuing with my painting journey, you know, painting the the old saws and stuff, and I just recently finished one up for our friend Kevin at Gobbler's Roost Adventure. I painted him a saw of, you guessed it, a gobbler on the roost, and hopefully he hangs it up in his woodworking shop where he makes his game calls, Buffalo Hunter game calls. So Kevin is always doing nice things for everybody else. So I wanted to repay him for all the nice things that he does by painting him this saw. I have been messing around with some different camera techniques for the videos, and one of them is a setting in the video mode called cinematic. And some of the clips in this video, including the one right now, has been filmed in cinematic. Now I'm not sure if I like it or not, but I'm trying some different things with the videos. Another thing that I'm trying with the videos has nothing to do with cameras or anything like that. It has to do with myself and my public speaking. I've noticed, there I go, I did it again. I noticed that I use the word a lot, and there I go again. So I'm gonna try my best to limit the use of the word so there we go. It's hard to do. So for the rest of this video, I did it again. For the rest of this video, I'm not going to use the word at all. I pulled most of the trail cameras. They haven't been showing much at all other than coyotes and fox. I've only had a few deer on the cameras recently, so I'm going to pull them all except for one. I'm going to leave one out. I did it again with that. Anyhow, I've only got a couple of trail camera pictures to show everybody of some fox and some coyotes. Week was Thanksgiving. And what better time than Thanksgiving to think about all of your friends, all the friends that you're thankful for. And I have some just amazing friends that my life has been blessed with. Some of them are no longer on our train ride through life, but many of them are still riding the train with me. And I've got just amazing friends that are so talented. And they inspire me. They inspire me to do things that I probably wouldn't do without them, without their inspiration. I've got friends that can hunt, harvest their own game, process it, and cook a gourmet meal in a cast iron frying pan over a campfire. I've got friends that can build that campfire with just natural materials, no matches. I've got friends that can take that game that they harvested and utilize other parts of a deer or whatever. They can tan the hide. They can make clothing out of the hide. I've got friends that can take wool from sheep, spin it, and knit it into things like hats and gloves. I've got friends that can grow their own food, raise their own bees, make maple syrup, preserve and can apples and fruit and vegetables. I've got friends that are incredible people. I've got friends that can make knives from rusty pieces of steel. I've got friends that can make bows out of a tree. I got friends that can fletch arrows. I got friends that can build flintlocks. I got amazing friends, and I'm so grateful for them. They're such a blessing in my life, and they inspire me. I've got friends that can run a trap line. I've got friends that can live in a tent for extended periods of time and be comfortable. I've got friends that are just amazing people. I got friends that can make fishing lures and catch a lot of fish with them. I've got friends that do all sorts of amazing, cool things. I've got friends that take incredible bucks, record book bucks. I've got friends that can take a stick and a string and go out and catch a fish. I've got friends that can identify trees and utilize them. I've got friends that know plants and mushrooms. I've got friends that know how to make game calls. I've got just amazing friends. Just amazing people that I have been blessed with through friendships. Many of them, they don't ask for anything in return. They just want to share that knowledge with others. Just amazing friends I have, and I want to thank all of them. I've got friends that I've never met. Now, how can that be, you say? How can I have friends that I've never met? I have made friends through this internet YouTube channel. Great people I know. I have conversations with them through the internet, through live streams. I just am so blessed with just amazing friends. Everybody, take care. Thank you for watching. Remember to keep on trucking and believe in yourself even when no one else does. Got a little plane buzzing around. They're interfering with my peace and quiet. I bet it is nice up there in that plane today, flying around. Take care, everybody.